get started. And unfortunately, 30 minutes doesn't give us a lot. I don't just teach, like, I won't just start this session and just go on and guide you in a 30-minute yoga flow. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm really here to maybe help and support your journey on this platform as well. So look, let's come along first. And you say you have knee problems, so really you shouldn't be using your knees on the mat. Hence, the yoga foam block would help you. But if you have a pillow where you are, then maybe put your knees on the pillow, please. So if you've got the yoga block, please, Zara, put your knees on the yoga block. We're going to start with curling the toes under. So what we like to do is we like to open up the soles of the feet, open up the pathways and the energy through the soles of the feet. So you curl your toes under and you try and sit on your heels. Now, it's not very pleasant, but we try and do our best where we get the energy coming through the soles of the feet. The lady that's just signed in, Sarah, is it Sarah? So if I can't see you, you have to turn your video on. But if you can see me, we are starting our practice. And I've lost you as well, Helen. Your screen's gone off. So we're sitting on the heels. The soles of the feet are open, hands on your thighs. Just take a moment. So it's not comfortable sitting, but hopefully we'll bring a little awareness to how much energy is blocked along here. If you can lift the arms up, interlock your hands above your head, take the palms up to the ceiling, breathe into this space. So just take a breath in, take the palms to the ceiling, shoulders down. Give yourself an exhale, feel that space through your side body. Take another inhalation through the side body. And as you exhale, release the arms down and come off the sole on your heels, so you take the weight off. Now I'm staying on the foam block, and what the foam block does, it takes the pressure off the knees and it brings height into this position, and it gives your tailbone a little more lift. So it's very helpful to bring awareness through the front quads when we start moving. So from here, leaving the knees on the foam block, we're going to bring the left foot forward. As we bring the left foot forward, we want to look for balance. Now, the right toes are still curled under, so you've got some help here. What I would normally say to people who are working on balance, and Zara, if you want to try it, you bring your chair in front of you and you have your chair there to put your hands on the chair. Otherwise, you work by a wall, but you could have your hands on the wall as well. So you have the wall on one side. So the left foot is forward, the right knee is elevated on this foam block, and you're just looking for balance. The back toes curled under. We take an inhale, we take the arms up. So as you take your arms up, just again go back to that side body space. So it's about now incorporating your breath into your practice. Take your awareness to your side ribs, take a breath in. We're looking for balance. At the same time, we're looking for stability. And you're also looking to incorporate your breath. You breathe in, you breathe out. It's not easy to straighten the arms. If you focus on, rather than lifting your hands, focus on the armpit chest area. So from where your armpit starts, you lift the entire arm, because this is where the energy is going to come. And we're also working on releasing. So with the left foot, have you brought the left foot forward? Yes, okay. And then release the arms down. We take the hands on the floor on either side of your left foot. Now, we're leaving our hands here. If you had the block or if you elevated the knee, you'll slide the knee back a little bit. As you slide the knee back, we take it off the block. We let it slide off the block slowly and come onto the top of the foot. I want you to roll towards the little toe side and notice what happens along your inner right groin. You get a little opening through the groin. Can you feel it? So you roll the foot to the little toe side and you stay here. You take a breath in. You feel the space through the quads, through the groins a little bit. Allow yourself to exhale here. Let's take another breath in. Allow yourself to breathe out. Soften the abdomen. And then from here, walk your hands back a little and see if you can extend through the left hamstring. Just be here, slowly opening up the back of the left leg. So hands on the floor. If the hands don't go on the floor, it's a challenge. This is where you would use 2 bricks. Put a couple of bricks on either side of your hands. But if you can bring the leg all the way back into the hip socket, really working on the back of that left leg. Yeah, that's why you have the bricks there, Zara, if you want, underneath your hands, if you have 2. One more exhale. Bend the left knee a little bit. And then walk the left foot back. And come along and have both knees on the foot block. Curl the toes under, go ahead and sit for a moment and observe. So we keep going back, observing to see if you've had a shift in this particular seat. So just take a moment, exhale, we'll bring the other foot forward, left foot. So again, as the left foot comes forward, we look for balance. Back toes curled under, press that left foot, find your stability through the thigh bones. Think, I want to lift the whole arm up. So you have to start with the energy here. We have a tendency of just lifting up through the hand. We have this entire arm. So the entire arm needs to go up. So there's the root of the arm, your armpit chest. Through there, you take the arm up. You want to get awareness through the shoulder blades. Then finally, the palm. So when we lift the arm, it's the entire arm, not just the forearm. Because again, we forget that we have the energetic heaviness is through the upper arm here. The legs, it's through the upper inner thighs. So we work on the feet and the shins, but we forget that we have a whole area of leg to deal with here. Hands on the floor and take a moment. And again, we leave the foot stable on the left knee to slide the right knee back a little bit. It just slides off that foam block quite nicely and it opens up the quad and the groin gently. You make the back foot flat and then you roll the foot to the little toe side. And when you come to the little toe side, you'll get a feeling, awareness on the inner groin here, just opening up gently. Let that happen. Soften the abdomen. And go ahead and go to your breath. Exhale, softening through the belly. Just breathing in and breathing out. Gently walking your hands back a little, because you're going to straighten that right leg. Just gently coming onto that, the left leg, onto the right knee and straightening that left leg. Feel the back of that hamstring. Take your time. That's it. So not forcing anything to happen here, just feeling our way through. Want to bring that leg back into its hip socket. Just breathing in, allowing yourself to exhale. And then very slowly, as you bend that left knee, slowly bring that left foot back, knees on the block, curl the toes under, and we're sitting on the heels. Off you go. And observe. So just observe how this is feeling. From here, you come with your hands on the floor. So we'll just leave the block underneath the knee. So if you've got another support, I want you to look at your hands. Press the palms and find that space between the thumb and the index fingers and root down underneath the knuckles. Really bring separation, your thumb away from the index finger, separating all your fingers. Use the awareness of the pressure is underneath more the knuckles. Bring the outer arms, rotate them towards the upper inner arms and look forward. So the upper inner arms moving forward and opening your chest. Eyes forward, feel the shoulder blades moving to your back. Now press the palms, try not to come forward. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up. Big hips up, knees up, thigh bones up. Then you take your gaze back. We don't drop the head. We take the gaze back between the ankles. We let the ears come in line with the upper inner arms. So we come into what we call downward facing dog, extending the sides of the trunk, lifting the hips high. So we want to go up and back. We don't want to be coming forward in order to try to go up. Downward facing dog, the peak of the pose is the tailbone. Move your thighs back, please. Move your thigh bones back. That's it. Thigh bones back, hip bones up, shins back. Try lifting up the heels and see whether you get a little more height. And then you can maybe get the thigh bones back because the back of the legs need to open. And you need to take the energy all the way to the armpit chest. So you need to take the side body back. Chest towards your thighs. You take one more inhale. Gently, as you exhale, bring your knees back down, either to the floor or onto the block. Done. Exhale, and then curl the toes under again, and go and sit on the heels. So we're going to keep coming back here because we want to observe how this feels. Shoulders away from the ears. Take one more breath in. Exhale out. And then take an inhale. We come off the block for a moment. Now, we're just going to come and open up the upper back. So you come into 4-point kneeling. And we're going to do a version of what we call half melting heart here on the floor. The hands a little further forward, hands in line with your shoulders. Take your knees underneath your hips. So lots of space between the knees and the heels of the hands. So you have space for your side body. Right forearm will come on the floor. So we bring the right forearm down, horizontal on the mat. Walk the elbow a little further forward. The left hand will go all the way to the front and rest your forehead on the top of your right forearm. And as you extend the left hand forward, just let the left shoulder blade melt into the ground. So half a melting heart into the ground here. So as you lift the belly up, lift the abdominal wall up towards the navel. Take your navel towards the spine. Pressing the forearm, melt towards the ground. More on that left side. Take another breath in. Allow yourself to exhale. Gently walking the right hand back and come to 4-point kneeling. So you're there. Just go back for a moment, take a moment, stay, breathe in, exhale. Let's do the other side. So left forearm horizontal on your mat. Try not to turn the body so much. You walk the right hand forward and then just releasing the forehead on your forearm. And as you settle down, try and be more on the hairline side as opposed to near your eyebrows, because then you not put so much pressure on your neck. And then again, just the energy coming up through the abdominal wall towards the navel as we melt the heart space towards the ground, but we feel that left, the right side moving towards the ground more. Being supported by you pressing the left forearm into the ground. And again, just going to your breath, creating a little more space, because the more space, the easier for you to breathe into that space. The more breath that goes through the space that we create in our practice, the better for our organs to function to their optimum best. It just allows the breath to flow a little easier. And take an inhale and slowly bring yourself back. And then come back to your 4-point kneeling. So when you now again take your awareness to your hands and you separate the fingers and you think, right, knuckle down, rotate those outer arms to the upper inner arms, chest moving forward, gaze along the floor forward, curling the toes under. Again, trying not to come forward to go up and back, pressing the floor, taking it up now through the abdominal wall. Lift that up, lift the knees up, hips up and back, thighs up and back, hip bones up and back to create more space for downward facing dog. And then as you take, that's much better, right? You've got a bit more length coming through, a bit more space. Go ahead and do your breathing. And then focus on lifting the thigh bones up because they're heavy. It's those thigh bones that get heavy. You're going to lift the energy up above the knees, above the thigh bones, all the way towards the pelvis. Exhale completely. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Gently moving your knees onto the floor. And then let's slowly bring ourselves up into a forward bend. So as you walk your hands to your knees, hands on the floor, bring yourself up. Have your feet hip width. Now, while you're here, take your heels a little bit out. Look at your feet so your heels are in line with the little toes. And can you straighten the legs? And I'm not asking you to go to the floor. I just want you to hang. If you have a wall, it's nice on the wall. You take your hips on the wall. Let me show you. Because this is where, because I can see your legs, Zara, they need help. I'm sorry, Helen, Catherine, I can't see the back of your legs because of the way you've placed your screen. But the thing is, the legs here get very tight. You don't get enough space here. I mean, if you don't open up the legs here, the pressure is going to go onto your joints. We just have to systematically lift the energy up through our feet, through mountain pose. So we need to understand what mountain pose is. So let's do mountain pose together and then take mountain pose with the back on the wall. If you have a piece of wall you can go to. And if you don't, you can use the back of a door or something because you need to open the back of the legs. The more understanding you get energetically through the postures, the better your yoga practice and in turn everything else that you do will be. So bring your feet together. And as you bring your feet together, I need you to observe everything you move has a reason. Lift the toes up and just stand. If you feel I don't have balance, then you should be working with the wall behind you. So you can always take your hands to the wall and we always have balance. Yeah. But the wall is there as it's there. It's something you can go to. So separate the toes and lift the toes up. I'm not asking you to lift your feet up. It's just the toes. There's an energy that's coming from the toes. The little toes are not going to lift because they're small. Small stuff is neglected, but you've got to try and lift the little toes up. Because when you lift the little toes up, the ball mount of the foot, the ball mount underneath the big toe is going to go down. So you need to go there. Take your awareness to your little toe. We don't have to look. We just have to go there with our awareness. So separating all the toes, lifting up the little toe as well if we can, lifting the toes up, it'll take your weight to the heels. So we're not going to stand with our toes up, we're not going to walk around with our toes up, but the awareness has to be there. This inner lift has to come through the feet. As you release the toes, keep the inner lift and separate the toes. Bring the awareness on underneath the big toe, go there for a moment. And then take your awareness underneath the little toe, and then bring your awareness to the inner heel, and then take your awareness to the outer heel. So you have to keep going there. It's like a mantra, four corners of your feet, find them. So inner heels, outer heels, big toe mount, little toe mount. Because the more you do that, the more you realize how not balanced we are in the body. The pelvis goes off. And it's supported by these legs, they're half our body. So keep going there for a moment, keep observing you. What happens when you take your awareness to certain body parts? Can you bring your inner ankles up now? As you bring your inner ankles up, there'll be awareness on your inner knees. There'll be a lift through the inner kneecaps. So we can't physically lift the ankles, energetically you pick them up. Inner ankles up, inner heels down. Try that. Inner ankles up, inner heels down. Now do inner heels down and move your inner heels back. Move your outer heels down and move the outer heels out. So there's this thing going on where you're rooting down, because that's what mountain pose is, and spreading yourself in all directions into the ground. The little toe energy should be going forward and spreading outward and down. The inner heel energy down and back. The outer heel energy down. So we're constantly working on the feet. Okay, bringing the energy up through the inner ankles. A little more coming your way, outer ankles in. Notice what happens. It'll shoot your inner thighs forward. Then you have to come up the legs, thigh bones engaging, kneecaps lifting, not jamming the knees back. So you're engaging the kneecaps. And then think about the pelvis here. Gently press your palms, touch your pelvis, and observe the energy of the abdomen and feel as you keep going with the legs, inner heels down and back, outer heels down, big toe mount, inner ankles up. You know, there are lines of energy coming through here. Separation is key. Lift the hip bones up and away from one another. It'll engage your glutes. So this is how we make our legs strong. Mountain pose. Number one, that's your blueprint. You take it into every yoga pose. Every yoga pose, you take mountain pose into it. Because your legs are needed. Even when you're upside down, the legs in the air, mountain pose. Headstand, mountain pose. Shoulder stand, mountain pose. And then you can do the same work with feet hip width, because when you separate your feet, it's kinder. So separate your feet hip width. And then you take this into your life, whether you're standing in a queue, you're standing in a supermarket, you're standing in the kitchen, I don't know, bring in mountain pose into your life, because you're constantly then engaging these legs. Let the legs take over, not the knees or the joints around the arms. Let the arms take over. From mountain pose, we go into what we call Hastasana, arms straight up. Pressing your feet, lift the arm bones up. So as the arms go up, they go up by the feet, not the arms. The arms don't work alone. Press your feet, lift the arms up. Keep the shoulders down, bring the arms down straight. Take them away from the body. Rotate the upper inner arms forward. Upper inner arms, biceps, forward. So then the collarbones open. And then when you take the arms up again, you have to go from this area, this root. The root of the arms going up, it becomes lighter. You take the little finger to the ceiling as well. Don't leave that behind, because there's an energy shift from the inner arm to the little finger. It'll change something in your shoulder blade. Lift the little fingers, bring the arms back down. Work with straight arms. I know we all love going to a yoga class and flowing, and it's all very nice, and it's lovely, you know, take the arms up, bring the arms down. It's lovely, nice, but it's not building strength. It's not bringing awareness. Do all that, but do this first. Arms up through the legs. Strong arms are needed. You know, they need to lift you up, and the hands are on the floor. Kneecaps up, thigh bones up, hip bones up, everything going up. So the energy stays up, you're not falling down energetically. It's not easy to keep the arms up. Interlock your hands, take the palms up. Bring the arms closer to the ears. This is where your arms should be for downward facing dog. These arms are needed in downward facing dog. They go straight up, palms up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Keep pressing the palms, arms go out. So we're going to take the back of the right hand between the shoulder blades behind you. Left arm straight up. And then see if you can catch. And this is where we start bringing awareness to your upper back, where we need to find this catch and start opening up our body. And if we can't catch and it's not there because there's stiffness in the back and we need to then start working on it, we can work through the arms and just hold the elbow, like so. We bring the left arm round and we hold the right elbow. And we try and find this opening through the upper back. So we have to do both sides. Cannot neglect the thoracic spine. We bring the palms together because we find awareness through the upper back as well. We need a happy relationship between the upper back and the pelvis. And it's the arms that will help you do all that. And then the other side, the left arm will stay there. It stays there. The right arm goes up. And both sides can be different. We try and catch. So if we don't catch and we don't have the opening, we don't have the movement, we don't have the mobility, more work needed. And then we bring you hold the elbow if you can't catch. So we have to do both sides. So lots to think about. Yoga is 8-limbed. It's feet and legs, arms and hands. Use your limbs, practice well. This is what this is about. So there's no pressure on the body. It's the awareness through the arms. Just be still, mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. So that forward bend we were talking about. If you do mountain pose and you separate the toes, and you're doing mountain pose legs, and you bring in all the awareness of the four corners, the hinging forward is off the pelvis. Now, if you've got knee issues, lower back issues, it's not easy to use those two straight legs to come forward, because invariably you might use your lower back muscles. You have to be really careful. So we don't use the upper body to round. We use the legs to hinge forward. But you've got to work those mountain pose legs. It's the legs that bring us forward. It's not anything else. If you've got mountain pose legs, we can come halfway. This is where you put your hands on the chair, or you put your hands on two bricks. You have to work. These hamstrings have to wake up. You need to wake these up. So it's the legs that are going to carry you in your practice into your life. You can use a chair, Zara. The other way is we take the hips to the wall. Ladies, you put your feet away from the wall. So you see I'm leaning now on the wall. So if you have a wall at home, you have your hallways, you have your doors, you put your pelvis on the wall and you just slide off the wall this way. So the legs are at an angle and it gives you a better connection to the back of your legs. Lots to think about. How are you doing? Lots of pointers, lots to think about. Are you right, Sarah? So I hope you found that useful. You could have always done one of the videos, but this was slightly different. Next week. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, pleasure. Take care.